Hi, this is Bruce Perlwin, and I just want to give you all an update. Oh my God, I said y'all. I'm talking like in the South again.
Y'all.
So anyways, I just want to give you an update and show you around a little bit. And so we're here at the industrial hemp manufacturer, our decortication plant in North Carolina, Spring Hope, North Carolina, with David Schmidt, who is the COO of the industrial hemp manufacturing, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Hemp Inc. in Spring Hope. You can't see it, but it's behind Bob. Spring Hope, North Carolina. And we're also here with the Secretary Treasurer of Hemp Inc., Craig Perlwin, who flew up here from Florida. So today we're very, very proud to hire Bob Thomas Hughes as the VP of Marketing and Sales, because our plant, as you'll see in a moment, is getting very, very close to coming online. And he worked, what, about 5 years with this plant?
Right, about 5-6 years with the business of fiber.
And you're going to be stunned with some of the companies that he's worked with, and now we're hiring him to re-engage with those companies, because they're some of the biggest companies in the world, which we'll tell you about in a moment. So anyways, welcome to
Thank you.
Spring Hope, and welcome aboard. We're looking forward to working with you.
Looking forward to it.
All right, let's go show them the lost circulation material and tell a little bit about who you've worked with in the past and who you can connect with in the future. Oh, and I have to give a disclaimer here. We're making projections in this conversation into the future, and so we have to disclaim that these are just projections. What he can tell you is what they did do in the past, and which we hope to do in the future. And he's certainly the man for that, because he's the most experienced of all of us in doing that.
Absolutely.
Since he's different, what, five years, I said?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go look at the lost circulation material, and he'll spin you up on what he plans to do with sales and marketing. So Bob, tell us a little bit about the history of this product, how much we'll be making here, and how you developed it. You actually were the inventor of this product. So tell our audience about it and what we intend to do here a second round now.
The product was a number of years in research and development to invent a lost circulation material for the petroleum and oil well drilling industry. And what we did with it was through formulation to be able to literally build a wall around the drill bit as the drill bit goes down in drilling, to be able to circulate the drilling fluids around the drill bit. And we tested it first with the ultra petroleum out of Wyoming, in Green River, Wyoming. And that literally saved a day to 2 days in the drilling process down to 7,000 feet, which is a lot of money for a petroleum industry.
Now, there's only one other company, I understand, in the world that has a competing product. Tell us who they are, and a little bit about them, and the fact that, and a little bit how, you were the inventor of this product, and just the history, because this is a new product to most Americans. The consumer consume it, it's business to business. So who's our competition, and how did you invent this?
Well, the way that it was invented was I had looked and saw that there was a problem in oil well drilling of lost circulation, and I invented the product literally. It took about 1 year to 2 years to formulate, and we tested it first with ultra petroleum, and then our second international was with Aramco in Saudi Arabia, where we tested oil well drilling with this particular product. And the competitor is Drill Chem out of Indonesia, and they are the primary source in Southeast Asia for this type of material.
We're explain to our watchers here what the LCM is, what it does, and how this is a new green alternative to LCM.
Yeah, this is a total plant material. It's basically pulverized and ground up. What it actually does in the oil well is that the fissures and the sand, and as they're drilling through different layers, it tends to, the fluids need to go out into that and are lost. And what this does is build a barrier to literally keep the drilling fluids around that drill bit to keep the drill bit cool so that they don't have to replace the bit as many times. And it literally is builds a wall around the drill bit.
And the current technology uses a very expensive petrochemical pollutant?
Well, the current technology is usually a formula and is not green. It is not a bio that can be easy on the environment. And this can be used with water and forms a green drilling fluid. It also can be used in green fracking.
So I understand it. So the fluid, the cooling fluid for the bit, it leaks out into these fissures. So now you have all these chemicals leaking out that they use as a lubricant, and this seals the fissures, just like the current chemicals do. They seal the fissures, so it keeps it. And this is 100% or pretty, other plant material, but mostly the canaf, the ground up canaf.
Right.
So we to explain where it comes from on the canaf, and later on the hemp stalks.
Well, with hemp and canaf, they have a good amount of material that is the interior part of the stalk, which is called the core, which is surrounded by the fiber. The fiber we know within hemp and as well as canaf that is made into bags and to different types of shirts, cloth, all types of fiber. But the interior core can be ground up and made into a totally green product to help with oil well drilling.
And tell us some of the other companies that you've actually contacted with already, and you'll be recontacting as the VP of Sales and Marketing.
We've tested with Saudi Aramco, and we've also tested with Iraqi South Oil, and we've tested with Petrobras in Brazil, as well as Ultra Petroleum, and we intend to take it out to a number of the large drillers, both here in the U.S. as well as internationally. This plant is one of the few in the entire world that is capable of separating the fiber and the core, both on hemp as well as canaf. It also can handle flax. So when plants come in, they come in a raw state, and you have to separate the fiber from the core to be able to make this product, which comes purely from the core material.
Okay.
Right here. This facility, owned by Hemp Inc., is the largest decortication facility in North America. What that is it's a manufacturing plant that can manufacture huge volumes of taking the plant, taking the fiber off of the plant and splitting it from the core material, and then getting everything from the stalk in a totally green mode. And so this is the largest facility that we're standing in here, and we intend, as far as to manufacture this product and a number of other green products in not only the petroleum industry, but also in the fiber, plastic composites, and a number of other capabilities.
Now, Bob, you've actually had experience with companies like Toyota and Panasonic with the fiber part of our canaf, and then later on hemp when it becomes legal. Explain some of those companies that you've actually talked to in person and for the fiber, and what we were doing to use that, and who you will reinitiate contact with to start selling the canaf fiber and then later the hemp fiber.
It's a fact that in every Toyota vehicle, whether it's a Lexus or a Toyota Camry, that it contains canaf fiber that is in the plastic composites. The reason it's used is that the canaf or the hemp can make a plastic composite at about 30 to 40% lighter and just as strong as fiberglass, but totally green with the plastic.
And so who are some of the companies you talked to in the past when you worked at this work with the same plant when it was in the other facility?
Working at the other facility, we shipped fiber to Panasonic worldwide, especially into Southeast Asia, where they manufactured housing building materials for Japan. And we also provided test samples and fiber into Toyota, for experimentation on making green plastic composites for vehicles. The other types of companies that we've done and shipped product to as far as the fiber was paper making with two of the larger paper making companies in the United States.
Okay, now jumping back to the drill wall, the lost circulation material, how much sales were you actually doing from the old plant? How many truckloads were you shipping a month? And, you know, we've heard a lot of experimenting going on with the different, you know, as a precursor to getting the orders. But how many orders actually came through and how much was actually being shipped?
To drill an oil well for about 6,000 to 7,000 feet takes to charge the fluids for the oil well drilling is about 6,000 to 7,000 pounds. We were shipping at one point 10,000 to 20,000 pounds per day of materials that were going into the oil industry.
And back then, which is going back, what, about 5 or 6 years ago?
It's about 5 or 6 years.
How much per pound were you selling it for?
We were selling it at that point for $1.50 a pound.
So $1.50 a pound times 5,000 to 6,000 pounds per day is what we hope to re-accomplish and restructure in the new plant.
Right. If you partner with a major oil drilling firm, everything that this plant could output could be used in those types of materials. And literally, it takes a lot of material to drill oil wells.
And so this is something you've already done. You've already shipped 5,000 to 6,000 pounds a day, and you're going to go back to the, that's why we hired him, okay, as the VP of Marketing and Sales, because he already has this vast amount of years of experience and success in selling the dry well, as well as the inventor of this particular product. So how fast do you think we'll be gearing up towards in sales and marketing?
We're going to go ahead and start this fourth quarter in gearing up the sales effort and marketing effort to get the word out that this can be purchased. And I think that's the main thing is letting the people know that the product is coming back onto the market and that we're able to provide it. And the biggest thing about the oil industry is they want dependability. They want to know when they select the material that it's going to be available for a long time, and it's going to be available in the quantities that they want. So they'll go through an evaluation process of both the company as well as the material to make sure that we can supply the needs of their drilling. They don't want to start something and then have it stop right in the middle.
And we've got 25,000 pounds right now in inventory that we inherited when we bought all the equipment, as well as all the canaf that we inherited. And so we have, we can actually start shipping these with Bob to do they do a test run first with about 5,000 to 6,000 pounds, you told me?
Right.
And
it's about 5,000 to 6,000 to drill a well, 7,000 to 10,000 feet.
Great. Well, welcome aboard, Bob, once again. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you aboard.
Thank you.
This is one of our canaf fields in Spring Hope, North Carolina. The last video y'all saw of this was approximately 4 or 5 weeks ago. We had a truck out here applying fertilizer. The following week we planted the seed. A week ago last Monday, I believe it was June 29th, I came out here and I measured the height of the canaf. At that time it was 17 inches tall. 1 week later, this past Monday, I measured again. That plant that was 17 inches has grown to 30 inches tall. That was 4 days ago. We'll measure it again on Monday morning. I trust we've gained another 12 inches. This is one of the fields we're currently growing in Nash County, North Carolina. Part of this field here is on our property, right behind the factory. There's an additional 50 acres here next to the factory that we are growing canaf on as well. And we've got it in several other locations, not only in Nash County, North Carolina, but in Franklin County as well. Bruce just said, the canaf is already up to his waist. It's been less than a month ago that we planted the seed. I think in less than 3 weeks it will be over Bruce's head.
How tall is it when you normally harvest it?
Between 15 and 18 feet tall.
So how long do you think before this is that size?
End of October, first part of November.